We have a great documentary put together by somebody who had been contributing to the show, especially when it came to football during the World Cup. We know the World Cup took place in Russia. Russia 2018 was called Angela Asante, an international sports journalist who watched the World Cup in Russia. She's produced a great documentary. It's detailing her experiences and all that we, other side of the world, may have missed during the campaign. And Samson Craig MacArthur is also a filmmaker. They all put this together.
Hi, this is Angela Asante, aka Triple A, sports journalist. You know, I've been a Ronaldo fan for half of my life. 14 years ago, I became a Ronaldo fan. This made me become a sport journalist. And I know the guy is 33 years old. He might have just played his last World Cup at the highest level. I knew this was the time for me to go to the World Cup. Because this tournament is a tournament that every sports journalist wants to cover. Now, the demands are so high, but the slots for applications are very few. So before you even go there, before you even think about having your visa, about thinking about the logistics, you have to even get your accreditation. And this is where it became very difficult in the first place. My family has been very open about what I do professionally, so I've been doing my stuff and they don't mind because they know I'm up to just following my passion and doing the best I can and you know, promoting my name and my brand and being of a lot of integrity, so they're fine with that. I had no problem in that regard.
Crashing burn, found myself beneath the emptiness. Wanting more, I let it go. Holding on to love.
So I work as a freelance on this project as a freelance journalist, and I'm engaged with a few companies in Ghana and abroad. With the sponsorship here in Ghana, we had plans to be sponsored by a travel and tours agency, and it didn't quite work out. But thankfully, we had a plan B because we didn't want to just rely on plan A and get sidetracked. So with the plan B, we put everything together, and yeah, we were able to make the trip. So very grateful for that.
She comes around whenever I hear that sound. I feel like a millionaire. I feel like a millionaire. Whenever she comes around, whenever I hear that sound. I feel like a millionaire. I feel like a millionaire. Whenever she comes around, whenever I hear that sound. I feel like a millionaire. I feel like a millionaire. Whenever she comes around, whenever I hear that sound.
I still remember that day. It was March 24th. It was a Saturday, and I got a mail notification, and it was written from FIFA. Do not reply at fifamedia.com. And I wasn't sure if I had to open it or not, because I had that whole history of being rejected so many times for different stuff. So it was a bit hard for me to check the mail. And then I was like, okay, just click on it. So I clicked on the mail, and I saw we are proud to say that Angela Asante has been approved. I was like, approved? So I checked the mail again. I read it twice, and I surprised myself because I didn't jump. I was so shocked and surprised at the same time. I didn't really know what to do, but I just remember raising my eyebrows and saying, okay, thank you, God. So this was my reaction, and I started forwarding the messages to my colleagues at CRonaldoDaily.com, Adrian, Emmanuel, my siblings, and they were like, wow, super happy for me. And I was just there, and so much emotion, I didn't even know how to react. I had to digest the information for so many days before I literally could become happy to be accredited by FIFA. So when I went to Russia, first night I remember customs. I had those advices that you have to be very careful because, you know, the color of your skin and blah, blah, blah. So I went there, and I remember there was a queue. It was 2 a.m. in the morning in Sochi, and there was a long queue. Actually not so long, but every person that was going through the queue was being held for like 30 minutes. And they were from Portugal and France mainly, and Spain, and were white people. So I was like, okay, what will happen when it's my turn? Let me see. But I like to stay optimistic. So what happened was a couple of custom officers came over and said, okay, the queue is too long. We need to cut it in half. You guys at the back, go there, you know, go through the customs. I went there, and guess what? 5 minutes. I just showed my FIFA stuff. I showed my visa, which was legal. I mean, everything fine. The lady smiled at me. I removed my cap because I was wearing the cap, and she said, you don't even need to remove the cap. I know this is you on the passport. So they just let me go through, and I was so relieved. It was fantastic. I loved it. Okay guys, my last time at the Sochi Fish Stadium. I'm gonna miss this place. It's been an amazing place for the media, people like us, fantastic volunteers, always helping out. So the stadium is very big, so you definitely need people that are nice enough to show you where to walk. I wish there were shortcuts though, because getting to the media center is a long walk. So now I'm getting to the place where I can find a bus. I think it's a bit different today because of the fact that they block the roads. So much traffic or something like this, probably because of the amount of people leaving the stadium, so they had to do this for security reasons. So I'm going there, and I'm just seeing the stadium in the background. Fantastic place. Next up, Moscow. Bye.
This morning, not because we're bringing you back some World Cup moments, but only because one of my guests, very daring, went to Russia all by herself. In fact, funded that trip as well. And it's all because of one guy, guys. One guy. I'll leave it to her to say it. An international sports journalist who was in Russia for the World Cup from the beginning to the end. Angela Asante and Samson Craig MacArthur is a filmmaker. They are both here this morning. We want to have a conversation because we will relive Angela's World Cup moment on JoyNews on Sunday. It would premiere. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Okay. You know what? First of all, I think you're very daring. You went to Russia because of who exactly?
The one and only Cristiano Ronaldo.
This is like something that somebody would just say it, but you acted on it.
Yes. Look, you look at the calendar. The guy is 33. Yes, he's been playing like someone who's 25, but you don't know the future. You don't know the next 4 years. And I said, well, this could be his last World Cup. If I don't go there, I mean, like when? So you just have to take the moment. And I think being a Ronaldo fan is a whole lifestyle. You have that winning mentality. So I got accredited by FIFA. And when that happened, I said, plan A doesn't work, use plan B. Do everything you have to do, but get yourself there in Russia. And it happened.
Incredible. You went to Russia
Yes.
all by yourself, filmed a bit of what we've seen. We've seen a bit of
Yes.
what you captured.
Yes.
And then Craig here worked on it.
Yeah.
Did you see the Ronaldo obsession from your editing?
Yeah, I saw it because she even brought an audio. Ronaldo frigging her out of the press, saying, "I love the cap." I thought that it was my CR7, but hers is CRD7.
CRD, because it's cronaldodaily.com. So it's CRD7, because
Okay.
we speak about Ronaldo every day on the website, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Yeah.
How long, Craig, how long did it take you to put this whole package together?
With PS Studios?
It took me less than a week to put everything together, because when he came on Wednesday, I think he came on Tuesday rather.
Yeah, Tuesday night.
At the airport, and I went to meet him. So the luggage that have the files didn't drop earlier, so we were so much heated. Is this luggage going to get missing? So we have to heat up. Friday they called us, the luggage is in. We picked up the luggage. Saturday we just shot the interview with
Yes.
her. Then we started working on it. So by the following Tuesday, it was done.
Amazing. So Angela, what did you discover in Russia as a Ghanaian journalist? And let's make it clear, you were the only one to have stayed from the beginning
To the end.
to the end of the World Cup.
Yes,
Yeah.
and to have match ticket access for every single round.
How many of the games did you watch?
All the 7 rounds. So all 3 of Portugal's games. Portugal against Spain, Portugal, Morocco, Portugal, Iran, and then Portugal, Uruguay. And then I planned to stay like for the full tournament. So then I watched Russia against Croatia, Croatia against England, and then the ultimate final, which was France against Croatia.
Wow.
Yes.
What are some of the moments that, you know, what shocked you in Russia?
What shocked me was like the whole fact that what everyone was telling me about Russia being cold, rude, people being racist, you know, was absolutely untrue from my personal experience.
Okay.
So I had so much fun. I mean, they are the kind of people who welcome you. You cannot be in your corner as a black journalist in Russia and say, oh, I was alone from morning to evening. It's not possible. Like, when I walk in the streets, every 10 minutes, I will get a request, can we take a picture with you?
Wow.
So, and it was very polite. You know, it's not that rude type.
Were they smiling though? Because that's also one of the things we heard.
They really
yeah,
smiled.
they smile a
She
lot.
had a 4 marriage request.
Wow.
It's true.
They proposed 4 marriage requests to her. Dating request is unconsiderable.
For real?
For real.
Did you say yes?
I said no, they're not really my type.
But that's all captured, Craig. Was that
You see, that particular moment wasn't that captured, but a lot of kisses, a lot
Yeah,
of
I know.
texts was
I had
captured.
a lot of free hugs, free kisses from people.
Wow.
This is in the documentary.
Okay, you wait, hang on. And you didn't find your dream man in Russia?
No, but a lot of friends, a lot of good friends, fantastic friends. I'm definitely going to see them again.
That's nice. Okay, so we're talking about some of the things that shocked you?
Yeah, I mean, this is really what shocked me, the weather. People told me, oh, it's going to be super cold, at least very chilly, and they said, Russian summer, even in summer, you wonder if it's winter. I went there, and I said, well, I was sweating. Sochi weather is a lot like Ghana weather. So it's 27 degrees most of the time. Moscow is a bit colder. So when I went to Moscow, yes, I needed the coat for like 2-3 days. That's when I fell ill. Because I mean, after 25 days of doing coverage, at some point, it takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
So I fell ill. I had to put the coat. But then again, I mean, on the day of the final and everything else, 26 degrees, it's not cold. So I tell people, you know what? People are going to talk about, okay, this is like this. Are they saying it from their personal point of view? or because they heard it from someone who is trying to do some kind of propaganda. People have to go to Russia. It's fantastic.
Did your parents know, by the way, that you're taking on this crazy journey and funding yourself and going because of one man, Cristiano Ronaldo?
It's a bit crazy, but I mean, my parents have total trust in what I do, and they give me, the space to do what I do. So with my fan site and everything, when my boss, was also involved in helping me, like booking from his end, the flight tickets and everything else. They just asked a couple of questions. How is it going? I said, okay, I have everything on, set. I have my FIFA accreditation. I have, all the hostels booked. I have everything else. And they were like, okay, that's cool. And then my dad asked me, what's this CRD7 cab thing?
How did you explain yourself?
And okay, the biggest question for my dad was, when Portugal were out of the tournament and I was still there at the World Cup, so he was like, okay, I don't understand. Ronaldo is out and you're not out yet. And I told him, being a Ronaldo fan is you cover Ronaldo, but I keep saying it's a whole lifestyle. You are there to experience, to win, to achieve. So I went there until the end, and the vibes were great from start to finish.
But listen, we love certain footballers.
Yes.
I love Zidane.
Yes.
There are a few others that I like.
Okay.
But you actually have a site dedicated for Ronaldo.
For Ronaldo.
You know everything virtually about the dude. You retire when he retires.
Yes.
Yeah.
When his son gets to a certain age, you're going to resurrect your.
What
is that? Like, what is yours? Is it?
She's following the legend.
Yeah, it's.
Is it that you fell in love with him when you were a
never.
kid? And then you realize, okay, I can't have him. So let me.
You don't fall in love with your brother. I see him like a brother. You don't fall in love with your brother, but it's really like I was 14. I was super bored one evening. I tuned in on GTV, I think it was, or something like this, with my bro. And then we saw Portugal against Spain. And there was that one guy who was wearing earrings, I remember. He was super thin and he was super fast. And I said, wow, on the spot. I said, the way this guy plays, what's that? And back then, I didn't even like football. I didn't like watching football. I liked playing it, but not watching it. So I did not understand anything about the game, apart from the fact that one has to score a goal. But the offside thing, the 3 points, all this, niet. Niet is how you say no in Russian. Niet. Niet. So from there, I was 14 back then. And then I was like, okay, how do I keep following this guy? Okay. And then I learned a year later that, okay, there's something called Premier League. And there's something called club football. So I had to really understand what football is about. And back then I was really just speaking French. So I had to learn English. And this is when I had to...
Where did you grow up?
In France.
Okay.
Yeah. So I really had to learn English. I had to understand the American accent and the English accent. So it was super hard. But, when you are passionate about something, it just happens. And this is when I said, bye-bye financial courses at school. I'm going to do sport journalism.
Because you were in school learning...
finances.
To work possibly in the bank.
And social economics.
And then you just change course.
Yeah, because of Ronaldo.
Wow. Craig, have you been this crazy before?
In my situation, somehow.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I went to school to learn a trade whereby I'm no longer using it. I use it, but not often. I use only 20% of my profession. Okay. And I'm focusing on filmmaking. So it's like similar to her, but I somehow strange to the profession I learned.
How do you, because she would be looking at, everything is see Ronaldo. How do you not look at her lens the way she does?
Because I was born to support Barca.
No, why did you do this? No,
my grandmother is from that place. Right? It's it's like House of Folk, and I can't change. My relative is from House, and I can't say I will turn against House. My grandmom is from Barca, and I can't turn against. So I'm definitely meant to support it.
No, wait,
but I see her vision.
Okay.
I love her vision how because even guys that support Ronaldo won't do what she did.
Yeah.
For a lady to have a bold heart to say, I'm dropping out of school to follow Ronaldo to become a journalist, and if he retires, I'm retiring.
Of course. I mean, I'm retiring from journalism.
And what
So
would you
I
do?
see as you.
A lot of other stuff. I have so much stuff coming up, like fashion. Even the CRD7, we have a cap, we have
Okay.
T-shirts, which will be going on sale, hopefully in 2019. And I drew those. So I'll be
Yeah.
doing some more drawing and then working with Ghanaian fashion designers and, you know, those kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, at some point, Ronaldo retires. I
So, you
retire.
know, Craig made reference to the fact that Ronaldo picked you from amongst other journalists.
Yes.
Tell us about that moment.
Yeah, I mean, it was in the mix zone in the Saransk Stadium, and Portugal had just qualified for the knockout stages against Iran. And then so we were waiting for him for like an hour, and the security guard opened the door. Ronaldo came through. I made my mind to put myself in a strategic point so that when he comes, he can see my face. And I was wearing my cap, CRD7 cap. And there were like 30 other international sport journalists from around the globe, England, Spain, the US, Japan, China. And Ronaldo just hugged one of those guys he knows like for a very long time. And he was working with his personal assistant, Ricardo Reguife. And Ricardo Reguife, you know how personal assistants are. Ronaldo, walk, just don't look at those guys, just walk, you know. But Ronaldo said with a big smile, "Oh, I thought that was my cap," because CR7 is his brand, but mine is CRD7,
Yeah.
meaning C Ronaldo Daily fan site. Yeah, and then he said he was walking by because his personal assistant was pushing him, but then he had that boldness to just turn his head back, and he was still talking to me with a large grin, and he said, "But yours is still very cool." So the only problem is I couldn't have the last part on my audio because he was
Okay.
very far when he was saying it. But he has that grin so warm and that, light up like in his
Can you see yourself
eyes.
right now?
Oh, shut up.
Oh
When
my
you
God.
when you tell him, you tell her, look, Ronaldo, if Ronaldo comes and Ronaldo say, let me marry you, you say,
No.
you should tell him Ronaldo is my brother. But look how dark you are. Look at Ronaldo.
No, you can't marry your brother.
No, you cannot.
No.
You cannot.
So I see him like a brother. I respect. What I really like is his mentality. He wakes up. He wants to win. And when I wake up, I think about one
You
thing:
wanna win.
winning.
So what do you make of his move to Juve?
Fantastic.
Really?
That was the moment for him to go. You know why? 9 years at Real Madrid. He won the Champions League 3 times in a row. What else do you want? You have to be able to retire. You have to know when enough is enough. You have to know when it's like, I need to go on the high. If you stay there and then your career goes kind of downhill and then you retire after putting a penalty in the sky, Copa America, missing.
But can he survive the play in Italy?
This is what he is also like anxious about, but this is what Ronaldo is all about. He likes to give himself challenges. So can he survive the play in the Serie A? I would say yes, but it will be difficult because he's 33. Okay, so the way Serie A defenders are super like aggressive, we are going to see how it is like. But the biggest challenge I want him to overcome is to give Juventus the Champions League.
Wow, that's a tough one.
This is it. I believe in him. It's going to
Yeah?
happen. Maybe not like next season, like the upcoming season, but definitely before he retires from Juventus.
What do you
I
think? Would he ever go back to Man U?
Those kind of stuff is never going to happen. I don't think so. Sorry, Man U fans. Ronaldo's not coming back to you.
Oh, whatever.
He's not.
Okay.
Goes.
He's not.
But Craig, we're premiering this film on Sunday, first here on JoyNews. At 7:30 on
30?
Sunday.
On Sunday.
Okay, what should viewers expect? What would they see?
Actually, the documentary is to tell them how Russia, particularly how Russia are cool. Not only about the World Cup sports, perhaps. They were thinking that Russia are racist.
Exactly.
The weather is going to be very
Cold.
bad or cold, let me say, opposites of Ghanaian weather. And the perception of Russian society was to be different.
Yeah.
But Angela went there to find out it was the opposite.
Fantastic.
People thought fans won't go to Russia, but they actually went in numbers. So the documentary is to show the fans, how fans patronized the World Cup, how cool and good Russians could be, and I myself would love to have a vacation there.
Yes.
From the footage you sent, to talk about the sports. Yeah.
Okay. Angela, what's the one thing that you picked from your trip? And then finally, why should people watch this documentary?
For two reasons. First of all, what he said, because I always say, do not look at someone or something from the point of view of a hater. You have to go there neutral, and then you see for yourself. So this is what I did, and I said, okay, I'm going to send Ghana to Russia, and I'm going to bring Russia to Ghana. So people have to look at this cultural exchange, which is very enriching. You have to do this. If you cannot travel, at least travel through a documentary. So my documentary, 28 minutes and 12 seconds, people have to look at it and to see for themselves. Now again, this is just like regular people. But if you're an aspiring journalist, I would say look at it as well and see how things go, because I talk about, the process of when you apply for accreditation and how to get your match ticket approved and stuff. So I would say it's going to be very educative as well.
Okay. What did you bring from Russia?
A lot of gifts, a lot of gifts. So
You
I had,
came empty-handed here.
please don't do this to me.
Okay, cool.
I came with a box of chocolate, which I shared to Gary R. Smith, who was super supportive before I went there. Gary R. Smith and Baba Tandon. Did they give you some of the chocolate?
No, they didn't.
They
Isn't
had
it obvious?
They had everything.
Okay, I think that
He got me
had
a ring, so maybe if not
a
that
ring, like how?
if not that ring on your finger,
You would have given me the ring.
Yes.
Are you proposing right now?
I'm not. But I said if.
So it's 7:30 on Sunday. Watch
7:30 p.m.
p.m. on Sunday here on Joy News. Watch Angela relive those moments, her time in Russia. Hopefully we can all hold hands and go to Russia someday.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being here.
Merci.
Thank you for sharing your experience as well.